ಕಪ್ ನಮ್ದೆ.
ಯಾರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು?
Thank you, Kumaran. Thank you so much for making it. Sorry, that's the left hand, right hand.
That's okay.
Thank you so much. So glad
No
you
problem.
could make it. As I was just mentioning to you, one of the things I really like about this thing that I've started is it gives me a genuine excuse or a solid reason to sit and have a chat with people that I've known for a long time, but I don't really actually know.
Correct. That's true.
We've known each other for a while.
Yes,
right?
yes.
I've known you from, I think, almost from the very beginning of my time in Bangalore, thanks to Ogilvy. I think I've met you in the office, and I've known you now for about, technically, it seems 15 years.
Yes,
right?
yes.
But I don't think I've ever really actually sat and had a chat with you, right?
Correct.
But here we are, so thank you so much for making the time. Hopefully, at the end of this, I would know a little bit more I'd know more about you in the next 1 or 1.5 hours than I would have known in the last 15 years.
Absolutely.
And I think hopefully through this thing, many people Bangalore will also know about Kumaran, the photographer, even if it's one person more than before. I'd be very happy.
That's true.
So how did you get to You're not from Bangalore, correct?
No, I'm from a place called Gudalur, which is very close to Madurai.
Gudalur.
Kambam Gudalur. Okay. Rather, it's called as Kambam Gudalur.
Okay.
I'm from there. There's another Gudalur near Ooty, not that.
Correct. That's a Gudalur. I've seen boards while going up.
Yeah. Many people get
Ooty,
confused with
Correct.
that.
Yeah, that's why the name seems familiar. Okay.
Kambam Gudalur.
Okay. And when did you get to Bangalore? How did that happen?
Okay. It's a very funny story. Why I became a photographer.
Let's start with that.
Okay.
Let's start with how you became a photographer.
Yeah. Some of my close friends know, not everybody, but there's a very funny twist to it. Like when I was in my 3rd standard, my senior was Kavingar Kannadasan's son, Gopi, was my senior in school.
Wow, okay.
So that time he used to be always going around with a small camera, click 3 camera, I remember the name. And one day in the playground, I was seeing him, he was taking pictures. And all the girls, small girls, everybody used to go to him and say, Anna, my photo. Then I thought for a while, I said, wow, if I have a camera, I'll have all the girls around me. But it's not a joke. That is actually the seed. It's in a very funny manner. That was the seed for me to like photography. And during that holiday, when I went home, I told my mother I want a camera. She said, yeah, which one? Then I said, there's a camera called Click 3. Of course, the camera at that time costed about 350 rupees, which is a
Which must have been okay at that time.
But yet my mother gave me the money. I bought a camera.
How old were you?
3rd standard means?
3rd standard. That's very young. So 8 years, 7 years?
7 years, 8 like that.
Yeah.
Since then, I've been going around with the camera, and after that
so the decision to become a photographer for you happened very early in life.
Very early. Since my 3rd standard.
Wow, that's very few people are able to decide what they are going to do in life.
Yeah.
That early in life, right? So growing up, you were always certain, some part of you was certain that you were going to be a photographer.
Absolutely.
Okay. And how, and did you make this clear to your parents also? Because your generation...
Yes. I made it clear. When I was in my 12th standard, that time I told my mother, since that time I've been telling my mother, I need some money to buy a better camera. And she said, okay, we'll go. She asked me how much. I said, I need about 5,000 rupees, which is
a lot of money at that time.
Lot of money. So when I was in my 12th standard, we decided to buy one music system for my house. Those days we had to go to Kerala, Kollam.
Okay.
In Kollam you get all the
And where did you live? You lived in Gudalur.
Gudalur.
Okay.
That is after my 12th standard. I was in my native for some time. That time I said I want a camera. So then we used to go to a place called Kollam for buying all these foreign goods. Because there you get all these smuggled goods.
Electronics.
From
abroad.
Yeah. So my mother gave me 5,000 rupees to buy the what he called as deck.
Or the tape deck, no?
We call it a deck.
Did you have CDs by then?
Only tapes.
Only
Only
tapes.
tape and
Okay.
radio.
Okay.
So, and I was also particular, I wanted to buy the Technics.
Okay.
Technics
the brand, yeah.
So we found through somebody, it might be available there. Okay. And just I was about to leave, my mother came and gave me another 5,000 rupees and said, you wanted a camera, no? Buy the camera.
Nice.
I was really touched. I thought it was like she may not take it seriously. She gave me the money. So when I went there, my brother was looking for the deck, I was looking for the camera. Then I found a guy who was selling a camera, Olympus OM1.
Olympus
OM1. He came me with body and 2 lenses. Somehow we negotiated and he gave me for 5,000 rupees, the full amount. And I was really happy.
First camera.
And since then, no turning back.
Okay.
It was really nice.
And what did you study in college?
I did BSc Zoology.
BSc Zoology. Of all things.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I studied Zoology. But even then I was active in photography. There was a photography club in our college. I used to be a member in that. All those things happened side by side. And then what happened was like I want to go abroad and study. Then one of my uncle, who happened to be sometimes teaching in Harvard or somewhere, he said, no, don't go waste your money for a bachelor. Maybe once for masters it's okay to go, but for to basic of photography it's very expensive. That time I had done some bit of research from friends. No net was available at the time. That time Brooks, I wrote to them and they sent me a lot of pamphlets and all those things. It was costing me about 4.5 lakhs per annum, which is
a lot of
amount.
money. Yeah.
My father said, no problem, I'll fund you. I think it's about 2 years course or something. But then one thought was occurring to me, what happens if I go there and don't become a photographer? So I would have incurred a lot of loss for my father. So I was thinking about it. Then my uncle, who is no more, he came to me and said, don't come here to do this course. Instead, try and work with a photographer in Bangalore whom I heard of, called Sudhir Ramchandran. You go there. I said, okay, I will try. Anyway, I have college, another 1 more year was there. I said, after the college, I'll go. Then, near my college, I had one of my schoolmates, one girl called Lakshmi. I used to go to her house. When I was there, her sister was showing a lot of pictures. I said, wow, they look nice. Then I said, did you shoot it? He said, I didn't shoot. My boss, Sudhir, shot it.
Oh.
I said, wow, that's the man I'm looking for, I said.
So Sudhir, you were talking to this girl who happens to know Sudhir.
She was working with Sudhir.
Oh, but you had no idea.
No idea.
Oh.
I never knew my friend's Lakshmi's sister was working with.
So coincidentally, your friend's sister happened to be working with the photographer who you were planning to meet anyway.
Yes.
Wow.
That is destiny.
This is destiny. Absolutely.
So then I told Lakshmi, please recommend not to her. The girl I'm talking about is Parul.
Okay.
So I told Lakshmi, please recommend no, like that. Then she spoke. Then Parul said, no problem. You finish your college. You have got another 1 year or whatever time. After that, you contact me. I said, okay, no problem. Then after my college, first thing I did was, before I can go to my native, I got their number. She asked me to come and see sir in this thing, in Chennai. So he said, come and see him there. So I went to his office. I met him there. Then he said, I said, sir, first thing I told him, hi boss, how are you? Then sir said, good. Right now I have enough assistants, but I will intimate you. I said, no problem. I'm not going anywhere. I'm going back to my native. Whenever you want me, please call me. So I went back to my native, did nothing for 6 months. But every week on Monday, I will send him a inland letter.
Oh,
every week.
What are you saying?
Every week.
And
Hello,
the
sir.
best part is, unlike an SMS or email, they can't even express their displeasure.
Yeah.
You know, every Monday or out of a Tuesday or Wednesday, when a postman comes and gives you a letter, You can't give it back to the
Yeah.
postman. He can't even express his anger at you because you sent it from somewhere. Brilliant.
Very religiously, every week one letter used to go to sir. Dear sir, I'm just waiting for your reply.
That is so
That's it.
irritating but so brilliant, no? That is such an irritating but amazing
Decided to join him only and nobody else.
Wow.
As I don't know anybody else, for one thing. But I saw the pictures what Parul was showing to her sister. They were beautiful, really beautiful. So then after 6 months, I get a postcard saying that you can come and join me.
After 6 months.
After 6
nice.
months. Then I called him up and said, sir, so and so. So he said, okay, when you want to join? I said, I'm leaving tonight. I'm leaving tonight to Bangalore. He said, that time they had an office in Bangalore and Chennai.
Okay.
But he told me you have to join in Bangalore. I said, no problem. I will come to Bangalore because luckily I had one of my cousin there. I told him, give me temporary accommodation for some time. No problem. So I came here to
Your cousin's
36
place.
7th Cross, Vasant Nagar.
Vasant Nagar is where?
Vasant Nagar is near...
Near the passport office, illa?
And the Cunningham Road pakkathula.
Okay, correct.
Near the Cunningham Road.
Right,
Yes.
right.
I went there, fully first day of my work, so very smartly dressed. And shoes and full pants and everything. I went to his office. Then I saw them loading the equipment in one ambassador car. So he told me, and there was another assistant called Jose along with him. So he said, Kumaran sir came. He came in a Mercedes Benz he had come. So he told me, okay, you get into the car and you go to the location somewhere. I don't know what it is. Okay, fine. I'll just join whatever Jose go. Wherever Jose goes, I'll go with him. So I went there and sir was coming after some time. He said, you can go and set the lights.
Set it up.
Set the
Okay.
light. Anyway, first day, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what is lights. And because I'm used to...
You have no training, right? You have no training.
Absolutely. I don't know what kind of lights they'll use. Nothing I know. So I just went there to the location. It's a 30-40 house. And when we went there, suddenly a very unassuming gentleman came and opened the door at the gate. And he thought, since I was smartly dressed, and he had not seen sir. So he told me, hi Sudhir, I am Narayana Murthy
Okay.
of Infosys.
What are you saying? This is such an amazing story. Your first day on the job with no knowledge,
No knowledge.
no idea of anything.
ah.
You land up at the shoot of your boss who you've just joined.
Yes.
And that is the house of Narayana Murthy.
Not house, their office.
Office, old office.
Old 30-40 sites.
So a house, which was the first office of Infosys.
Infosys.
Mr. Narayana Murthy.
Yes.
What
So
a story.
I used to tell my friends, my profession was opened by
Narayana Murthy.
Narayana Murthy.
Amazing.
Like that. I mean, he gave a warm welcome into my profession. So
That's an amazing story. Cheers. Sorry, I know it's an awkward hand.
No problem,
Sorry.
no problem, no
Cheers.
problem.
What a great story. What a lovely story. And to think I never knew this story. It took me 15 years to get this story out of you.
Then sir came after that. We were shooting and all those things. And also even during lunchtime, Mr. Murthy was asking what we all like to have for lunch. Then he only said, since Kumaran's, this is the first day of his...
He was aware later on.
I told him today only the first day sir of join. He said, you're so nice how you said, since today was your first day, you decide the lunch what you want to have. I said Chinese. He said even I like Chinese, and then he ordered Chinese food for all of us.
Nice.
And in fact, since it's an office and not much space, because there everywhere there's a lot of chips. I'm telling they're talking chips, and I said, what is this? No eating chips, only something black is there. Like that. And since we didn't have, and he was only serving us the food also.
Oh,
Mr.
okay.
Murthy was serving us all. I mean,
Which year was this roughly?
I'll tell you exact date. February 2nd, 87.
Which means technically exactly around this time. How many years ago was that? Oh my god, math is bad. Bhavesh, how many years now?
Today's what day today is?
Today is 4th of February.
4th. February 7th.
Oh, Feb 7th. So
Feb 7th.
3 days from now, almost what, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
No, 30 years.
Yes.
30, 32, 34 years ago.
Exactly
No,
that.
not 24 years ago.
No, more than that. 34.
34 years ago,
Back.
around this time,
Yes.
was when you joined.
Yes.
And you had lunch with Infosys.
Yes.
Mr. Narayan Murthy.
Yes.
Amazing, amazing. That's a great first day of work.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why, frankly, I don't know when I started on my own, but I remember when I started with my sir because of that particular reason.
Yeah, it's quite an eventful first day.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it was really good. And see, we also didn't know what they're doing. Something like a lot of chips were lying around and some motherboards were there.
Oh, chips and microchips.
Microchips.
Oh.
Microchips and the motherboards were there.
Oh, when you said chips, even I was thinking, what? Why were chips flying around?
Yes.
Oh, so there are a lot of these
That's
microchips.
what I was telling. They're talking chips. I'm wondering
Oh,
where.
you're wondering where
the
are the
hell
chips?
What
Oh.
is this? This is the chips. The black color thingy chips and motherboard. I don't know what is motherboard. I don't know what is those chips. Anyway.
Okay. So you were confused where the chips were.
Yeah.
Everyone was talking about.
So it was it was a 1-day shoot. It was good, first day. And by then, the first day I got a knowledge of what, the lights and everything. So towards the end of the day, I was able to pack the lights.
Okay.
Yeah, I found it easy.
Which is important for an assistant to do, right? To be able to do.
So that was my first day of this thing. And then one more interesting thing happened, which I keep rubbing into my sir. When sir gave me the bill of the shoot, which is about around 35,000 or something like that, 40,000 something like that.
Which is a big amount for that time, right?
Big amount.
Big amount.
See,
for it,
that's why I feel even he is a man of standard, Mr. Murthy. So he found the best photographer here.
Right,
Sudhir.
right.
He might be expensive, but
He
was
wanted
expensive.
quality.
He wanted quality.
Yeah.
And he was very happy while shooting. While we were shooting, we used to show the Polaroids. He was very happy, and he had some corrections to be done and all. We did it perfect. He was very happy.
What were you shooting, if I may ask? Were you shooting
We were
portraits
shooting
or?
we were shooting his portrait and the entire facility.
Nice.
I wouldn't say entire because only on 30-40.
It's a small company.
Yeah,
that
small
time.
company. We shot the people doing this thing. Because that time I think we were concentrating more on the
Hardware.
motherboards and the hardware
Okay.
that.
Okay. This is much before software came into the picture itself.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Right. I mean, software was not the big. I think in a few years from then, software would take over everything else. But
That's why I'm going to tell you one interesting anecdote after this. Then when I went to give the bill, Mr. Murthy asked me, you ask your boss whether he wants the money or he wants my company shares. Okay. So I went back to my sir and said, sir, I don't know what he's telling. He's telling company shares are this thing. He said, no, it's okay, get the money and come.
Narayan Murthy was offering your boss, Sudhir,
Yes.
option of either money or shares in
Shares.
my company, which is Infosys.
Infosys.
Or the fetal form of Infosys.
Infosys, correct. So, I mean, that time I can't blame
Of course.
sir also.
Yeah.
Who know?
Correct.
Who knew that in
would-
software?
Who could, foresee, right?
Yeah. Nobody. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, I used to tell sir, if you had not taken the money and you have taken the shares and you have kept it till now, maybe it may be worth about 200 crores.
Yeah. Could be at least, okay, let's, even if not 200, minimum 20.
50.
Minimum 20 crores?
Yeah, absolutely.
Minimum, I'm saying.
Yeah.
Minimum at least 20 crores. So that 35 or 40,000 rupees, if you
Yes.
just converted to Infosys shares, oh my God.
It's brilliant.
It's brilliant.
But anyway, it doesn't matter. I mean,
It's like somebody, I don't know if it's true or not, apparently someone refused to take Apple stocks back in the day because they said, who will buy stocks in some company that calls itself Apple?
very true.
Right? And how that person would have felt years later. I said, even Sudhir would have thought, Mr. Sudhir would have wondered.
No, I had told him. He said no. He said no regrets.
No, of course.
I told sir about it.
How do you predict these?
How do we know? Doesn't matter.
correct.
Like that.
Yeah.
He's a very happy-go-lucky.
And I'm certain that Mr. Sudhir would have also made his money.
Of course, brilliant.
Yeah, so there's no reason to regret.
He was, I would say, he was the best
Right.
in the business.
I think being one of the best photographers in that era also would have had its benefits because the competition would have been, I'm assuming, much smaller than what it is today.
He was too good.
Yeah. Being too good, and there must have been 3 or 4 of him in the whole country, maybe 5
That time there were only about 4 top photographers.
in the country.
And then slowly, I mean, at least these are the people whom people were talking of. Like otherwise, how will my uncle who
Had no idea about the industry.
industry at all knows? He heard
So he just heard about this man, Sudhir. He did not know Sudhir.
He has heard about him.
Oh, so your uncle had heard about him
Yeah.
and he said, work with Sudhir.
Yes.
This is purely destiny.
And I tested it because then I happened to meet Parul, who was working with Sir, and then
right.
she somehow putting me onto Sir. And
Nice. Crazy. Quite a crazy story. And then, how long did you?
I was with him for about 8 years.
That's a fair amount of time.
And then I started on my own.
Wow. And you've seen, I would say, in your career, you would have seen so many evolutions or the evolution and transitions in advertising, right?
Yes.
You would have seen. And what do you think have been like in your career, which is now spanning a couple of decades, right? What do you think are the big moments where you felt like things are changing, or as the advertising industry, because you've primarily focused in advertising photography.
Yes.
So you would have seen so many crazy shifts in technology, in people, in the way things operate. Is there anything that stands out to you in the last 20 years?
The digital era.
Okay.
See, earlier we used to do only films.
Right. You're shooting on, of course, film stock.
And then what happened was, film means is not the normal, what is 35mm, or the next to that is 120, and then you get 4 inch by 5 inch film, and then you get 8 by 10 inch films. Many people I'm saying the present day photographers forget about knowing what is 35mm film. They will not even heard of these. The big format
the 8 by 10 and all of that.
No chance.
Because if I remember right, I think the habit was to first shoot a Polaroid, right, and then somewhat get an approval, and then shoot the actual shot.
Yes.
Correct.
Yes,
that was the
yes,
habit,
yes.
right? But now it's just click, show.
And also like those times, if it is a movement action, we have to be very, very clear. Like for example, where the model is going to move, because once you put the film between the lens and the magazine holder, if we put it inside, we can't see the thing. We can't see the models.
Oh, but it blocks the vision.
It blocks the vision.
Because it comes in the way of the finder.
Behind
the lens.
Behind the lens.
So you can't see.
We can't see it. So we have to be very sure about that. All those things. And you should know about the camera. Because if you don't know about, for example, I was using a camera called Sinar. If you don't know that, you have to have at least about 6 months or 6 months to 1 year of
being able to handle
it. It looks complicated. It looks complicated for a layman, but if you can lay your hands on it, that's the best magical instrument you can have. Even now, I would say they are the best magical instrument we can use. You can do whatever you want, whatever you think. I want this guy focus, I don't want that guy focus. Anything you want, you can decide on that, depending on your...
But you need to be able to operate it.
Yeah.
If you can operate the camera.
Yes, because nowadays all the cameras are all point and shoot. Everything the camera does. Okay.
And post-production.
Post-production. Of course, see, I still believe, even Sirs very strongly keeps on saying, it's not the camera, but the man behind it who creates the magic.
Yeah.
You may have the best camera in the world.
Yeah.
The bestest camera you can have in the world. But if you're a bad photographer, it doesn't help at all.
It will somewhere show. It will reveal.
Yes.
The shortcoming in the talent will reveal itself.
Yes.
Right?
You supposing if you have my first camera, Click 3, if you have that now with a good photographer, he can create a magic.
An interesting shot.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was not the equipment, but unfortunately at that time, the ad agency people, they trusted the Sinar more than the photographer.
Oh.
They ask you first thing.
What camera are you going to use?
I use the Sinar. I use the Sinar camera. Like that, no?
My suspicion is that they would have no idea how the camera works. They would have heard somewhere that this is a good camera. So if the photographer is using this camera, you can trust him. Maybe they would have heard that if the photographer is using a Sinar camera, then he's arrived. Yeah. Anything below that, don't trust. Or negotiate some more on the cost. Yeah, it's true. I think. I don't know about now, but at least for a while, even in agencies, which camera are you shooting? A Red, Alexa. They don't know the models. If you say Alexa or Red, they're like, okay. But anything else, they ask you why aren't we shooting on these cameras, right?
Because now nobody asks that question.
Yeah,
nobody asks the question. Only thing they say, what are you going to use? We ask them, where are you going to use? You're going to use digital or you're going to use coding? Even then, doesn't matter because anyway, we all shoot in a high end and big files. So you can compress it for a digital use or you can use it as it is.
There's enough information to print any large size.
But those days they used to ask.
Why? You lose the stock accordingly.
No, we don't use. But I told they trust the camera than the photographer. So, Sinar, okay, fine.
Okay, no problem.
Because sometimes we used to joke. They think the Sinar does the magic.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You could. I mean, those guys can also hire a Sinar separately, but it won't be the same thing, right?
I remember, in the beginning, what happens when you start on your own? People are a bit, giving you a people shoot or something. They think if this guy screws up, like that. No, there's a bit of inhibition is there. How do I trust him with the people shoot?
Okay.
That, and so they used to give me a lot of product shoot.
Initially, because okay.
Just to test the water, no, like that,
right.
just to see how you are,
right?
Like that. Then slowly, when people know, okay, I like to do this, but actually I want to shoot people.
Right.
Then slowly, I started getting people this thing, and then what happened was I found my Sinar to be very cumbersome. So, but I don't know how to take the big leap of ditching my Sinar and going for I was just thinking of Mamiya 6x7 film camera. One day I happened to meet Rafiq Syed, photographer. So, while shooting, I saw his pictures and all. Very beautiful. I think he's one of the masters in photography from Bombay. So, that time he asked me, what's the camera you shoot? Generally, we were just talking. I said, I use a Sinar. Then he said, by the time you set your camera, but you take so much time to set the camera, he was asking. He said, no, Rafiq, I'll take about within half an hour, I'll set the camera. He said, by the time my shoot will be over. Okay, I mean, it was like a joke, we all laughed. Okay. But I thought about it. Immediately what I did, I got in touch with my dealer in Bombay and said, get me a Mamiya camera.
He was shooting on a Mamiya?
No, he was shooting on a Mamiya.
Okay.
Mamiya. At that time. So I said, he's right, because for people, what happened many a time when we shoot with Sinar, sometimes we lose the mood because we have to take the film.
So long.
Yeah, we take the film load and I need two people operating the camera. One person to wind the film, and I have to shoot. And I had one more assistant to take the film and load the film and give it all those things is there.
It's such a mechanical process, right?
But of course, the quality is incomparable. It's beautiful, but it is cumbersome. So I got my Mamiya, and then I realized what Rafiq said was, what shoot I used to do in, let's say 4 hours, I was able to do in 1 hour.
But were the clients okay? Were the clients surprised, like, hey, he's doing it in 1 hour? Did they have a problem with that? They were happy.
They were happy.
Okay.
Because the thing is that I'm able to give them more shots.
Right.
See, with the Sinar, since it is fixed.
Oh, so you take less time and give more shots.
More shots.
It's a client's dream.
Yeah. In Sinar, what happens? You pose on a particular shot. I tell them don't move until we change the film. All those things. But whereas with this camera, I'm taking the camera in my hand and shooting, so I can shoot faster and I can give more shots.
So
more variations.
So technologically, the Mamiya was a lot more advanced than the Sinar.
Yes.
From an operational perspective.
Operational point of view. Not right. See, the quality wise still I feel Sinar will be better.
Okay. But from a pure operational logistic perspective, it's much easier to operate. So you are quicker on your feet or hand.
Okay. See, let's say like this. Earlier, what I'm taking 4 hours, with Mamiya I was taking 2 hours.
That's brilliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then what happened, I was finding it, oh God, that mechanical focus was bothering me. Focus was bothering me. Then I said, okay. Then there was a fair, every year you have a photokina in Germany. So, Cologne. So I went there to the fair. And there I saw that they were launching the Hasselblad camera, autofocus camera.
This is when Hasselblad was coming in.
Yeah. Okay. No, Hasselblad already existed.
Okay, already existed.
It existed because there are 2 of them lying in the moon, no?
Correct.
Hasselblad camera.
In fact, Hasselblad is around from World War times, right?
Yeah. Amazing they are. So but that is the first time they are coming with autofocus camera.
Okay.
So I went there to Germany and saw the camera. I was really thrilled with that. But they said if I want to buy it, you can buy it in Hong Kong. For the reason is that time it was bought over by a Chinese company.
Back in the day, Chinese already started buying things. Okay, not bad.
So I said, good. So I went to, after that, came back to Bangalore. Then went to Hong Kong and bought a camera and a couple of lenses and came back.
So Hasselblad was an even more...
When I started using Hasselblad, what I was supposed to shoot in 2 hours with Mamiya, I was shooting less than 1 hour.
Okay.
And it is faster and I can move around with the models. And models doesn't have to be, they are not, they don't have to be rigid.
Okay. They are able to be more fluid because now you can compromise on your movement.
Yeah, and because the autofocus was really good.
Right.
So then I started using Hasselblad. And then after that I came to know that even the Nikons and Mamiyas, Nikons and Canons are equally good. And they are more flexible. Then I also bought...
I'm assuming also the sizes were also getting smaller?
Smaller.
Okay.
Like for example, the Sina, which is...
you know what you should do whenever you go back, when you have time, you send me the pictures of these cameras that
I will do that.
I think it'll be interesting for the people watching.
Yes.
To see these cameras that you are talking about.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
So, if for example, if the Sinar is this big, right now the camera what I'm using only this big.
Right. What do you use now?
I'm using Hasselblad.
Okay.
But even Hasselblad is sleeping.
Okay.
I'm using more of Nikon.
Okay.
They are much more faster. The focus is bang on hit.
Okay.
So,
I think as far as photography is concerned, Nikon is currently the gold standard?
Not necessarily. You can't say like that because you have Nikon, Canon, then you have the even more princely ones are the Leicas.
Oh, Leicas are always there and everybody's...
Yes. The only thing is they are very expensive. So these serve the purpose. No problem at all.
Because I think in terms of video, while Canon, now it's gone down. For a while it was, especially for independent filmmakers, short filmmakers, and what can I say, internet filmmakers, YouTube filmmakers and all. Canon was the go-to, Mark 1, Mark 2, Mark 3.
Yeah.
But now it's been taken over by Sony. But Nikon was never in the picture for video. I think they focused on their photography, and
Correct.
remained a big brand there till date.
Yes.
Right?
So, but what I feel right now is the camera is immaterial.
Right.
The technology. Nobody asks you what camera you use.
Nobody, thankfully, clients no longer. They don't think they care.
How many megapixels you use? You don't.
Yeah.
Then, of course, sometimes if you're a guy who's starting new and you don't know about it and you screw up with some small files, then you'll get in trouble.
Right.
But otherwise, nowadays nobody asks.
Right.
Of course, sometimes if they're going to make a huge billboard, they tell you. Then there are, for example, Fuji is there with 100 megapixel camera. You can use that.
100 megapixels.
Megapixel is there. Or even in Hasselblad also is there.
But how many megapixels just out of the camera that you use, the Nikon? What is
Nikon
it?
is 45 megapixel.
45 megapixels. Wow.
Sometimes, according to the shoot, we also hire. See, because now what happened, we can't just keep on buying equipment after equipment.
Yeah.
What will I do?
Because every year you have a different, what can I say, model that is taking over the market.
Yes. So whatever I earn, I just spend only in this. But now the beauty is you can hire out the cameras.
Okay.
So, for example, for one shoot they want to make a huge billboard or whatever. So, I said, okay, let me have the pleasure of shooting with Fuji.
Okay, the 100 megapixel camera.
Megapixel.
Okay, nice.
And I'm sure they will never use that full file. But anyway, I gave the pleasure of having a big file for them.
They're happy.
They're happy.
Sir, this file is 1 GB, sir. Wow.
So
your entire career has been in Bangalore, right?
Yes.
You started your photography here.
Yes.
This is where you've been practicing. Two things, and I'm really curious because you're obviously a senior and you've seen more life and you've experienced more life professionally in Bangalore. The evolution of Bangalore itself must be interesting for you, right?
Yes.
So when you started and what it is today.
Absolutely. For example, when I started in 87 here, you see people going around in jerkins. Everybody, almost every Tom, Dick and Harry will be found in a jerkin, and there are these guys selling on the road and all those things. And throughout the year, there has to be a bit of a drizzle and not the scorching sun what you get now. Throughout the year it is like this. Of course, sometimes it will be very cold, some months. Otherwise, throughout the year you need sweaters or jerkins like that. Jackets you need. Now that is gone.
Right, temperature has gone up tremendously.
Yeah,
I think that is because of two reasons. One, lot more people.
Yes,
I'm sure maybe 10 times the number of people, right, compared to 87.
Yes.
Which therefore means lot more buildings, lot more tar, and lot less trees.
Yeah.
Right? Because I kept thinking, I was scared, like for the longest time. Oh, weather is changing, global warming. I was like everybody else.
Okay.
I was scared because somehow I don't know why I'm not scared of most things, but I'm scared of global warming and flooding because it's not in your control.
Yeah.
And also because the media, and I grew up seeing this thing about global warming. I was always worried about it until I realized 3-4 years ago, one friend's birthday, and was a young fellow, surrounded by young people, and I don't know, I was hanging out with all these young people. They decided because it was this fellow's birthday, we'll all drive off to Kolar. In the middle of the night, there's some coffee day. These young people go there, park the car, have coffee, but secretly have some booze also in the trunk, and they party in the Kolar coffee day parking lot. I didn't even know it was a thing. So I went with these young people. It was around birthday. We cut the cake at 11:30 in this fellow's house, and then we drove out. We were there by about 12:30 because it's not more than 1 hour at night. It was freezing. In Bangalore, it was November, late November, so it was already somewhat chill. I was wearing a jacket. In the parking lot, I could not stand with just I had to zip it up. I had to borrow some because no buildings, open space, just 40 kilometers from the city.
Yeah.
It is at least minimum, I would say 3 degrees cooler than minimum 3 degrees cooler. So if it was say 20 or 18 in Bangalore, it was at least 15 or 14 in Kolar. So I think it's not the weather that has changed. I think because
or the population and the
industrialization seems wrong. Whatever
Okay, to sum it up, I can put it like this. When I came, Infosys, one company was in a 30-40 site. Now you can see the lakhs and lakhs of square feet they have all over Bangalore. There's only one company. Now you have hundreds of companies like that.
You have Wipro, and that's only one name. There are like some TCS, and all of them have 10,000, 15,000 people working. SAP.
So
when I drive through this RMZ Eco World
Manyata,
sometimes you cut across, go to the other side. Huge buildings, when there are so many companies, and you realize that you're like one very small part of a very big ecosystem, no? Because in your mind, 3-4 big companies. But there
correct. There are hundreds and hundreds of companies.
There are huge and employ hundreds of people. And I think when you have buildings to house these people at work and houses for them to go back and live in, I think that's probably why the temperature has changed. The climate has changed. It's not that the world has changed. I think the city and the growth of the city has affected the weather.
Absolutely.
So I don't think we can ever go back to...
No chance.
But apart from that, do you think Bangalore today is better or worse than what it was 20-25 years ago? There's a fellow because there's a young chap who came on the show a few episodes ago. He's a journalist. He had a valid point. He said, sometimes it's interesting to look back with nostalgia and say everything was better. But he was pointing out that the roads were even worse. There was no drainage. Okay, if it rains, all the houses get flooded. So while yes, we all miss the trees and the weather, as a city or infrastructure, he felt that Bangalore is gotten better.
I agree with him because...
I never looked at it that way.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Because, without that, so much of development would not have come.
Yeah.
Of course, the development is at a cost.
Right. The economy of the city has grown because the number of companies...
Many folds it has, So...
What has been your experience of Bangalore? In the years, you spent almost your entire adult life in Bangalore.
Yes.
I'd be very interested to know what your experience of life in Bangalore has been, because I know it's changed tremendously. It must have changed tremendously across 25-30 years.
Now we become, I can just sum it up in one thing. Now I become a Kannadika. Really? Because I love Bangalore, because I would say Bangalore is my hometown.
Even for me. Today, I understand what you're saying. But please go on.
So I would say this is my hometown. So though I was born in Gudalur and studied from my LKG to college in Chennai, I still call Bangalore as my hometown.
Even me, though I think now very soon I would have spent as an adult most time in Bangalore. I think very soon, or unless I already have spent more time as an adult in one city. though I am connected to Chennai more because I did my college there and because technically I'm from Chennai. My roots are in Chennai. But to me, home is Bangalore.
Absolutely.
And there are many people like that, and it's a very odd feeling where in your heart you've accepted that you belong to a certain city. But culturally there are certain things that still keep you an outsider.
Yeah.
How good is your Kannada? My Kannada is improving but still very bad.
Actually, in my native, we talk Kannada.
Oh.
But that's actually a pseudo Kannada in the sense we don't have script.
Okay.
And when I talk that Kannada here to the people, they laugh at it.
They're like, what the heck are you speaking?
Because it is a mix of Tulu, Konkani, almost everything mixed in it. Tamil, Telugu, almost everything mixed in it.
So it's a full fusion version of
because
Kannada.
one tribe, one small pocket of people talking this particular Kannada, and we don't have script. And we just write in Tamil.
Wait, so technically your mother tongue is a weird version of Kannada.
Kannada. It's Kannada only.
Oh, it is Kannada?
It is Kannada only.
But it's a different dialect.
It's a funny version.
It's a funny version of...
It's a pseudo Kannada, I can just say.
Okay.
Because there's a story they say that some of the runaway group, many hundreds of years ago, they moved during the Tipu Sultan time or whatever, they spread all over. That time one group has been to our area. So I can't authenticate it. That's what they say.
That's what you heard?
That's what I heard.
Okay.
So
therefore learning the Bangalore Kannada must have been very easy for you.
Easy. But yet what happens, my mother tongue, that Kannada only sometimes comes off. But it doesn't matter, we can manage.
No, but I think that still connects you a bit more. See, the problem is, reality is, language is such an important thing. It connects you to a place. You can live in a place for a very long time. But I think unless you pick up the language of the place, right, it comes in the way of, I think, connecting to that place. Right?
For example, when we got married and when my father-in-law came to drop us here in Bangalore, that time he was talking to the autowalas in our Kannada. They were amused, but they could understand what he was trying to say.
Okay.
So they told him, "Sir, you talk to Kannada, no problem. You matadi, now atta kotthivi. No problem. I can understand what you're trying to say.
Right.
No problem.
But please, what you're speaking...
Please talk your Kannada.
Okay.
Stop. Keep talking. It's nice to hear."
Yeah.
And they were laughing at it because there's so many things different in that.
Okay.
So
it's like, I think Tamilians laughing, like we sometimes laugh at, I think guys from Chennai, when we hear local Bangalore Tamilians speak Tamil, no? It's very amusing sometimes.
Yes.
They're not saying anything wrong, but the accent and the way they pronounce certain words, no?
Correct.
There's a certain Bangalore-ness to it.
Yes. Same like a Brahmin talking Tamil.
Right.
And in the Kuppam side, the people...
Correct. The dialect is totally
different.
Yeah, the street Tamil versus the Brahminical Tamil. Yeah, so like that, I understand what you're saying. Yeah, but the good thing about... my experience has been, my Kannada is still very bad. It's getting better each day, but it's still bad. People understand that, okay, this person doesn't know Kannada very well, but they appreciate it and they encourage you.
Yeah.
I am blabbered.
That's a beauty. They didn't ask him to stop. He said, "You talk. We understand what you're trying to say." Even my father-in-law, he said, "See, I can talk only my Kannada, what I know, and they're able to understand. So what does it matter? Communicate." He was a very bold man.
Okay.
If to everybody, he talks in our Kannada only.
Okay.
They take little while. Which Kannada you're talking?
Does it have a particular name? This Kannada? No, it's just called Kannada. It's Gudalur Kannada.
No, not only Gudalur. That area, the entire Kambam.
So Kambam Kannada.
Valley,
Okay.
There was one small pocket of
but
people.
But Kambam is Tamil Nadu, no?
It's Tamil Nadu only.
But
that's what I told you.
But these people migrated. So your ancestors were a group of Kannadigas who migrated from Karnataka to that area of Kambam.
Yes.
Okay.
And they jokingly say they are the runaway tribes.
When you look back on your career, right, you've done some, I'm sure you've done some really interesting things, right? Do you think, which are the highlights of your journey as a photographer in the last 25 years?
My just about last week, my wife asked me, in your next birth, if God gives you a boon of asking what profession you want to take, what will you do? What will you ask him for? I said, I want to be a better photographer. Because I like my profession. I think in this profession, maybe I'm very passionate about it, so I look forward to Mondays. I think that's the highlight of to really put it in a nice manner. I would say I look for Mondays, and sometimes if there's a shoot on Monday, I find Sunday and Saturday boring. I become very inquisitive, agitated, excited. So my wife used to tell, jokingly, she used to tell, see your daddy, so the shoot is on Monday, he's already excited. So my son Karan used to say, Amma, he's getting excited for the right reason, so don't bother. I don't know how many people in their profession look forward to Mondays.
True. I think you have to really love what you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? To want to, what do I say? To look forward to be doing it, right?
Yes.
You got to be a workaholic who's frustrated with other parts of his life and compensating, or you are somebody who really likes what you do so much that you're desperate to do it.
Yeah, because see, there is money in it, no doubt about it, but something more than money. There are some jobs where good money is there, but my heart was not into it. I didn't take it up.
Right.
Like I like people.
Right.
I like to talk to them and laugh with them and dance with them. It's like that. So I really have good fun when I'm shooting with people. I'm more of like people ask me, what kind of a photographer are you? Like they say they're fashion photographers or commercial photographers or wildlife photographers.
Yeah, people always, especially in advertising, I think they keep asking you, what's your zone? Right?
But I would tell them I'm a happy photographer. Because when I'm shooting, I'm the happiest guy. I'm the happiest guy, and I make everybody happy. Everybody say that I make them also happy because I enjoy doing it. So I make sure everybody enjoys it. Like, it's not like a shoot. I try to make it as an experience. For the reason is, we have good coordinators. We had we missed out Mubina recently.
Yeah.
And then we have Anila. And there are so many people here, many people, I'm not able to name immediately.
I'm sure you must have worked with many people over the years. Right?
So they all make our life easy, and we tell them, because I have worked a lot with Mubina. Okay, I've worked
She was like one of the top, what can I say, what's the designation? How do I call it? Producers.
Producer.
In Bangalore for the longest time. Till she was alive.
I'm talking about her for the reason that I've done a lot of shoots with her.
Correct.
She makes the shoot more fun.
I've not worked much with her, but she does seem like somebody who's super dynamic.
Yeah, very dynamic. And whether it be the location or the food, everything she takes good care. And there are times when, if the budget is not much, then if it's a small shoot which I can manage, I will do it. I plan the food, what snacks they should eat, what soft drink they should drink, from where should I get the food for them. Okay, I somehow tell my assistants, get biryani from so-and-so place, get prawns from Unicorn, get tandoori from so-and-so place, like that I used to say, so that it's everybody has a good experience.
It's an experience.
Experience.
Right. You look to give them a
and
better
what
experience.
dessert you can get it. All those things, because I'm a foodie. Okay, and they should also enjoy the thing. They not that just come and shoot and go like that. They should let them all have fun. Good music is played.
One thing I remember, my experience of you, though we've not really worked together a lot because being a writer, I've not.
Yeah, that's true.
I couldn't be a part of photography shoots, right? But you're someone who is, like most people think, I'm fairly happy-go-lucky and somewhat an optimistic, positive sort of guy. To an extent, people have this image of me. But I think if I multiply that by about 10 times, it would arrive at you. You're someone who's always come across as, you're always laughing and you're always full of energy. I've never seen you, down or complaining or cynical or pissed off or irritated.
Yeah.
Right? How hard is that to be, or is it something that comes... Because you seem unfazed, but are you really unfazed, or are you just not allowing things to get to you.
One small funny incident happened in Lowlintas years back. There was a big backlog of payments for me. So I went to the office and I saw the servicing girl who has to okay a lot of bills for my side. That day I was really tight for cash. So I went and told her, where the fuck is my payment? You know what the girl said? Sorry, Kumaran, you're not serious enough. And she just walked. And seeing this, the entire office started laughing. Shit, I have come here in an angry mood to collect money and she made such a funny thing out of it.
So you literally were pissed off and you went and asked her as angrily as you can.
No, I was not pissed off. Okay. I was trying to put that pissed off look.
Okay, you're trying to be angry.
Tried to be angry. She said, you're not serious enough. And she just walked off. Everybody started laughing. And the accountant saw this, he started laughing. He said, Kumaran, come. He called me inside. How much is the thing? I told so much amount. Okay, sit here. For the incident happened today, I'll clear at least half the payment. He cleared half the payment. He said, I will not check whether I got the payment or not. Okay. Because you're saying it's pending for so many months. Yeah. He cleared on the spot. He gave me a check for half the amount. So, people, I don't get angry.
I've never seen, you don't seem like someone, like, people can see me laughing most of the time, right? But anybody who's known me for a while knows that if the switch goes off, no, I can be an idiot. I can behave like an asshole. At least I used to. Now as I'm growing older, I'm trying not to. Because anger, as you better probably know, doesn't lead to anything good. Right?
Yes, absolutely.
And as I'm growing older, I'm able to control my anger, okay? But everyone who works with me, including Bhavesh, knows that there is one switch that if that goes off, no, the psycho will come out. But you seem like somebody who never hits that critical.
No. That's true.
Is that something you have? What can I say? And I'm curious to know, is that something you've worked on, or has it always come naturally to you?
It has come naturally. One thing. Then there's also a valuable lesson I learned from my sir Sudhir. While shooting one shoot, what happened? One of the other assistant, he came and he was in a bit of a pissed up mood. He told him, "You go home. If you are so angry or upset something, no problem, you go home." Then he said, in this profession, the more happy you are, you'll make everybody happy. If you are sad, you'll fuck the entire show. So, when you're doing this particular work where you have to make them happy and look very nice, you have to be happy. If you're sad or mundane or morose or whatever, leave it in your house and come here as a happy man. As it is, I never used to get angry much, but that was a very valuable lesson I learned. Of course, it's not that I don't get tensed. I get tensed sometimes, but somehow I just try to cover it up. It's not that great reason to be tensed actually.
Right.
Because there are people around me to help me out. So,
see, I have not seen in person, but I know of a lot of photographers who have the reputation of being quite nasty, and people are scared of approaching them because they might bite anytime. And I also know that a lot of those photographers and filmmakers nurture that image to keep that distance. They project, as it is, they are slightly bitter, angry, morose people, which is a little fashionable also, right? On top of that, they project that angry image so that the client or agency or whoever is
don't rub you in the wrong way.
They don't get too close.
Yeah.
You're not that kind of person for sure. Do you think it's worked for you or against you?
I would say both.
Okay.
It has worked for me. For example,
people like you more. But work-wise, has it helped you or has it backfired?
No.
Are you happy?
Backfired. Sometimes people take advantage. Sometimes that you can't help it. Then you have to tell them politely.
Right.
It's okay, boss. No problem.
It's a problem. When you're a nice person, people think they can.
Yeah. Whatever you expected, I will do more than what I promised you. But don't ask me too much. And when I tell them, they understand. When I tell them, I'll stop with this, they never tell me no. Say, yeah, please. Okay. If he's tired, he's tired. Stop it.
Right.
Like there are instances. I was doing one very interesting product shoot, but that the client kept on putting more products like that. Then I told him,
start squeezing in things.
Squeezing in. What I told him was, okay, no problem. I was hearing to a nice Carnatic collection by Karthik Tamil singer Karthik. So I told him I will play this CD. When the music stops, after it has got 6 songs or whatever.
Okay.
When the music stops, I stop. The music was so good. 6 times we played the CD. And he was telling me, okay, Kumar, let's stop.
Let's stop.
It's like that we get carried away.
Right.
So,
right.
What I say is when you are tired or when you're pissed off, try find some other way to smoothen the things.
Right.
There's
right.
a way of doing it. It's okay. Sometimes people say that I've been taken for a ride, but I say in a very sweet manner. Doesn't matter.
That's what I wanted to ask you. When you look back on your career, do you have any regrets in terms of could you have been a different photographer, or could you have been a different kind of photographer, or could you have been a different brand of photographer? No.
I'm very happy with the way I am and I was.
Right.
So
right. And you've been able to enjoy your life. That's an important question I wanted to ask you. What has been your experience of life, and how much of that have to do with your success as a photographer professionally? How much of your joy in life was dependent on your success at what you do, or was it dependent at all? I'm sure it does depend on it.
Of course it depends, because
depends. For anybody for that matter.
For example,
livelihood,
everything, and for example, the kind of education I can give, or the kind of setup
for your family,
for the
right?
family.
Yeah.
It was good, and I would say I had a lot of well-wishers in this industry for me.
Right.
So they were all supporting me very well, and because I supported them, and because they feel I was good to them. I mean, for example, simple thing, many a times it was a habit of getting 2 estimates or 3 estimates. And many a times, between me and another photographer, the amount is almost the same, or maybe he has charged slightly lesser, or maybe just slightly more. Then I heard an art director say, hey, we'll go with Kumaran, at least he's fun to work with. Because the quality is the same,
right.
So he's more fun to work with, like that.
Right.
So, in that way, I have no regrets, and I was lucky to have good people.
And also, would you agree that the time at which you started was also a good time? In the sense, I mean, naturally, the era in which you began and did your career.
Absolutely. See, maybe the present trend of photographers, maybe few years down the lane, when they become seniors, they might say our period was better than like that. Maybe. And so it might go on and on and on.
Right.
Okay, we can't...
Well, no, the reason I feel that way, and I think not just photography, I'm saying for ad guys also, I'm saying for ad filmmakers and for photographers, I think the era of the 90s, the early 2000s, till early 2000s, the 90s was a great phase, because that phase was one where clients didn't know too much. They trusted blindly the photographer or filmmaker they were working with, because they genuinely did not know too much about the process of what went on behind the scenes of creating the image. Right? They had more faith, and more creative control was with the artist, which is the photographer or the filmmaker, right? But with technology and with information about IT and internet, I think today everybody has a fair idea of what the process is.
Correct.
Right? And therefore they are able to give more inputs, they are able to interfere more.
Yeah.
They are able to have more control on the creative. Right? So today's photographers or today's filmmakers have to deal with a lot more, at least mental interference from the people they are working with, because they know too much. Not enough perhaps, but they know too much.
See, because many of them I feel, not many of them, some of them are half-bakes. But then they pretend to know.
I would say most. In my experience, I would say that most people are half-baked, which is not a problem, because that's not their field. Filmmaking or photography is not the marketing person or the pure play advertising person's field. He doesn't have to know. But the problem is sometimes that even though they may not know too much, they project more than they know.
Yeah.
Because they have to appear that they know.
See,
right? That is the problem.
For example, that I'm dealing with Sinar and all these cameras, we have to have knowledge.
Right.
And moreover, that time it was not digital, where you can just delete. And the films are very expensive. The client pays for the films. So if you tell them I'm going to use 5 rolls, I have to stick to 5 rolls. The 6th roll, if the client is very generous, he pays for it. Otherwise, he says, sorry.
This is not the estimated amount.
Five films, rolls, that's the amount we can pay.
Right.
That's why we have come to you.
Right.
Okay, so we have to be really smart in that way.
Conscious of how many shots you're doing on each magazine.
Yes. Some clients, for example, I used to work with Ogilvy for IBM. As long as you get the shot, you shoot. Not a problem. Okay, because they want...
For them, it was more the focus on the result than the cost.
So they were not bothered. Okay, sometimes if they say, if I give cost for 20 rolls, I might finish 10 rolls also. Sometimes I go for 25 rolls also. It's not a problem.
And they don't give a damn. They don't care.
They
as long as the creative output is given. Okay.
Like that, it is there. So if you give such things to a photographer...
But hasn't that changed today? I don't think many clients operate like that today. No, I don't think they have the they don't have the leeway. It's not digital, correct. They don't even care.
So we spoil them with our digital because one of the client was telling me, Kumaran, I called you for 1 day shoot. You've given us images for 1 year. See, because I get carried away shooting more. And it's nice. For example, I used to shoot for Amazon with some of the Bombay actors and all. And for some reason, we struck a good chord. And they asked that producer there, is Kumaran coming? Is Kumaran coming?
Okay.
So even I look forward to that shoot because it's really fun to work with those people. They're all celebrities.
Right.
But it's really cool and fun.
Speaking of celebrities, you have been the official, I don't know official or not, I've been seeing you doing RCB shoots almost every year for the last many years.
Yeah. Since the day the IPL
I've been seeing you shooting Virat from when he was a young boy.
Yes.
Right?
That's a very funny incident happened during that time. The first shoot, his jersey didn't come. So he was wearing some...
This is his first shoot with you?
First shoot with me and first IPL shoot.
IPL 1?
IPL 1.
So you've been shooting for IPL from the first one?
First one.
Wow. Okay.
That time the captain was...
De Villiers, huh?
No.
Or Kumble?
I think Kumble or Dravid.
Dravid also played for RCB?
Yeah.
For a one season, I think.
Yes.
One season. Yeah.
So that time, he was wearing some Tyler or somebody's jersey. Okay.
Oh, Virat was wearing Taylor's, some other player's jersey, because jersey had not come.
Yeah. So what happened, I was shooting those people in the stadium. Then I said, let's say I called him Tyler. Hey, Tyler, can you come here? Tyler, can you come here? I want to shoot you. He also came. I shot his picture. Then I said, Tyler, you go sit there.
You're telling Virat?
Virat, you just sit there. I'll just call you after the shot. He said, okay. No problem. He went and sat. Then again, when I had to do one more shots of him. So I called, Tyler, can you come here? Tyler can come here. He also came. And he did the shoot. Then I said, Tyler, don't go away. You can just sit there. I will call you again for a shoot. He said, boss, my name is not Tyler. My jersey didn't come. I'm Virat Kohli. I said, I'm sorry, Virat. I'm only a photographer. I'm very, very sorry.
But since then, you've done a lot of shoots with him, right?
Yeah.
So do you have, obviously, he knows who you are.
They call me, here comes the jolly photographer.
Oh, okay.
Happy photographer, they say.
Okay.
Who makes us to laugh.
Okay. So I mean, I don't know what your relationship with Virat is, but I'm sure it must be slightly familiar by now, right? Because you've been working with him.
Because he sees so many people, he might be.
Right. No, but when you see him at the next art, did you shoot anything last year? Not last time, I think before COVID.
Yes, I shot. I was shooting till the COVID. I was shooting every year.
Right. And
not only RCB, I was shooting the entire team. The entire.
I've seen you with some crazy shoots with who's our Gail.
Chris Gail.
I've seen a lot of videos on Facebook of you and all the madness you have behind the camera at Gail shoots and all of that.
He's fun to work with, and he and Dhoni, whenever they see me, it always starts with a nice hug. They may not know. I don't know whether they know my name.
Okay.
But
they know you.
They know me.
Oh, you're not sure if they know you as they remember Kumaran?
Yeah.
Okay.
They know this photographer like that. No?
Okay.
I'm sure they're meeting hundreds of photographers.
Correct. Wherever they go, they must be having a shoot. Every city, every leg of the tournament, they'll be having shoot. But you have been working with these guys for so many years, and I suppose there is a sort of familiarity that grows with every season, right? And for you also to be seeing Virat Kohli as somebody you used to call of a different name. You actually you thought Virat was somebody and you called him Taylor.
He was like a kid.
Young boy.
And moreover, I don't follow cricket much.
Okay.
So after that, I knew my mistake. So I will tell, I used to shoot a lot with JWT here. So I used to ask Sanjay, tell me the names. So I used to write in my palm.
Okay.
To write the names. So I'll ask him, who's coming now? Okay, so-and-so coming. Okay, fine. Then I used to take the camera when I'm shooting, I just see the name and then, hey, like that, no? Otherwise, it is disrespectful to call them hello, like that.
Correct.
So I need the names.
Correct. You need to know the names, right? Virat Kohli is the Sachin of his generation, right?
Absolutely.
Right? I know, and Sachin, of course, I think when I was a kid, he was already a senior person doing a lot of things. And I've spoken to people who have worked with him and shot with him, and I've heard of their experiences. Somebody who has seen Virat as a young boy with no jersey, right, or somebody else's jersey, to what he has become. How was that experience for you as a photographer? Random question.
It's a very big difference. What he was and what he is now. Very big difference. And he has, of course, we all need to account his success.
Of course.
His success. So more people wanted to have a bit of him.
Right. Everybody wants a bit of you, right?
It's a tough the time.
Correct.
So some people say he acts very
difficult,
all like that. But you also have to understand
the pressure,
and his time, his personal
and the
time.
demand on the time, right? Demand on his time. Correct.
That is very important.
Yeah. It's a tough place to be in, right?
So.
Yeah.
And
you're always surrounded by strangers.
Yes.
Everyone's telling you what to do, what to wear, how to walk, where to look.
Of course. He'll also get pissed. And he has come to such a successful stage now. So if he gets angry or if he's slightly this thing, I think we should bear with it because he has.
I've only seen him on one shoot. He was very professional. Was he happy? Was he pleasant? No. Was he smiling all the time? And unless the camera is on, of course, when the camera is on, he's smiling because that's his job. But when the camera is off, was he smiling? No. Was he a happy persona? Not necessarily. But was he professional in what he had to do? 100%.
Yeah. Absolutely. I remember one shoot. We from JWT in the night. The previous night, they called me at about 11 o'clock. I think, Kumaran, can you go to Delhi for a shoot? I said, boss, ticket. 11 o'clock. We'll take care of that. Okay, fine. I said, I'll book you in the morning 6 o'clock flight. Said, okay. Then they said, we have to shoot Virat Kohli. He may give you about 1 hour. Maximum 45 minutes he may give you. Said, okay. We were at the Hyatt. Over there waiting. Morning 6 o'clock reached there. Went to the hotel and freshened up and set the lights, everything. From almost about 12 o'clock or something, I'm waiting. Then they said, you please have a lunch and come, then we will start. Okay, then we all went to the restaurant, had lunch and came back. We didn't come. And that is, we had to do a small TVC and stills. So as soon as he came, he went for the TVC, tuck, he did it. And then he came for the stills. He said, I'll give you 3 minutes.
Virat is saying, 3 minutes.
He said, I'll give you 3 minutes. I said, Virat, I flew 3 hours from Delhi. 3 hours fly back. Can you give me 5 minutes? He said, okay, 5 minutes. And we were shooting, and then 3 minutes, I told him, you can go. I wrapped up in 3 minutes. Then he came and saw, okay, wait, let me see the pictures. So he was seeing the pictures, said, okay, come on, just shoot a few more shots.
So he was telling you, let's shoot some more.
I'll just shoot a few more. So he was there for another half a minute.
Okay.
He's very fast, very, very fast. Whatever has to be done, he did beautifully. And then when going, I said, Virat, all the best for your marriage. Because that day he's leaving to Italy, or that day or next day morning, he's leaving Italy to get married.
Okay.
So there was maybe because of marriage or what, I don't know, there was a nice glow
on his. I think he must have been excited.
He was really excited, and I was able to touch him and say all the best.
Okay.
I mean, that man has got no fat. I mean, oh my God, what a physique he is. He's too good.
The obvious question, what has been the, I'm asking you because I already know the answer, the difference between that and Mr. Dhoni?
warmth.
No? Yeah.
Dhoni.
I've only seen him on one shoot. And weirdly enough, it was just I think 1 month after my first time I saw Virat Kohli on a set. My first time. A month later, my first time seeing Dhoni on set. Okay. It was different experience. Different experience. Because this guy, see, when Virat is on set, it's pin drop silence. People are even scared to breathe, and I am feeling odd. I'm not that kind of a person, but everybody's like very scared and static, and he comes and does his thing, and everyone's quiet. People are scared to breathe. Okay. With Dhoni, everybody was so casual that there were times when I didn't realize Dhoni was in the room. He would come, do his thing, and walk away. He'd walk around. People were at complete ease. He did not give a damn if people were seeing him or not. And as a result of that, on set, there was noise, there was normal hustle and bustle, and there was, not that there was a stress on Virat's shoot either, but with Dhoni, it was an absolutely casual affair. In fact, the highlight was at one point when he was walking back from the shot, back to his caravan, he's asking the client, Chuma, hey, so are you enjoying the shoot? Are you bored?
Who's asking?
Dhoni is asking the client. As he's walking away, Dhoni is asking the client, hey, are you bored? Are you enjoying this? And yeah. The client also looking somewhere. Oh, yeah. I'm good. Dhoni's like, don't lie, huh? And he laughs and he walks away. And I had to walk out and laugh, because it was so funny.
Yeah.
Because it's a shoot. How exciting can a shoot be, right? Even once you've done these so many times, and the fact that he could crack a joke, and connect with somebody where he could have just kept quiet and walked away. He doesn't have to care about anybody in the room. He is Dhoni, right? But the fact that he wants to connect.
Correct.
And at the end of that shoot, the customary typical group shot, right? It happens. Any celebrity shoot at the end, whoever is the agency or the brand team or, you have a shoot, right? So, of course, I was in one of the group's shots and, stood next to him. And as a formality, I said, hey, Dhoni, nice to meet you. It's a formality for me, right? Which he would have heard from 10,000 people at least.
Yes,
right?
yes.
But he looked at me, smiled, shook my hand, looked into my eyes and say, thank you so much. I don't know if I imagined it, but it felt genuine. Though it was a 3-second exchange, it felt like he genuinely was looking at me and saying, oh, thanks so much. He wasn't being patronizing or like, whatever. Which I find incredibly difficult for someone at that level to do. But he does.
Which is true. Because if you were to ask me the difference between Virat and Dhoni, Virat is, it's like that. That's it. Wow, Virat. Like that. Whereas with Dhoni, it's warmth. It's warmth. My first time I was shooting, he was signing for Aircell, those days. First signing at this hotel near the Chhatrapati Parishad. That hotel is there?
Not Windsor. Ritz Carlton.
No. That near Windsor Manor.
Meridian.
No, not Meridian. When you go towards Kawa, CKP. Okay, whatever the hotel. That hotel they were signing.
I'm sure it is a 5-star hotel.
It's a 5-star hotel.
Of course, has to be.
So they were signing the thing. So one agency, Dentsu, they called up and said, Kumaran, can you go right away to so-and-so hotel and take picture of Virat? I said, wow, Virat, I'm running right away. Hey, how much you want to charge? We'll see that later. First, let's go and shoot
Virat Kohli.
So we went there, took the picture of him. It's a very simple shot. Signing the contract, and then they wanted the board of directors wanted a shot with
Kohli.
With Virat. With Dhoni.
Oh, this is a Dhoni story.
Dhoni. Then I could hear him talking over the phone. Hey, has the car come? Because he's going to Bhavesh Prasad house.
In Indranagar.
I told him, Dhoni, Bhavesh Prasad house is 3 houses away from my house.
Correct.
So, if the car doesn't come, can I take you in my car? So I told my team, boss, I'll go drop him and come back. You be here only with the equipment. I'll come and pick you up. Because I couldn't arrange a taxi in such a short notice to come to the shoot. They said, no problem, sir. Then I just went discreetly, called my son and said, hey, there are chances I might bring Dhoni. I will go via our house. I will stop. I'll give you a signal for that. That time you can all wave or can shout at them. All those things. The kids were really thrilled. Even, it was so sweet of him, he said, I'll wait for 10 minutes. If the car doesn't come, I'll come with you. But within 5 minutes, the car came.
Unfortunately,
He went up. But even then, it was nice of him to...
But my assumption of Dhoni is, I think he would have actually come with you. I don't think he was bullshitting.
Yeah.
If the car hadn't come, he might have actually come with you.
Yeah, because that time he didn't have any...
Z plus security.
All this thing was not there.
Okay.
After that shoot, I did a couple of shoots more for Aircel I did. And then for the IPL first shoot, I shot him in Bombay. So they were doing the TVC downstairs. And then what I did was I had booked a suite in the 25th floor, a big room, and set up the lights, everything. Then he told me, Dhoni said, I'll give you exactly 30 minutes for the shoot. I said, fine, no problem. Then luckily, his makeup artist, Sapna, she was in the next room. So I told Sapna, he says, give him only half an hour. How do I keep him for some more time? I knew Sapna, only that time only I know Sapna was. She was such a darling she was. He said, wait. And then, can I order some food? Order whatever you want. Because she ordered some food, what
Dhoni likes. Okay.
Then they told me, Kumaran, can you go to his room? He was staying in 13th or 14th floor. Can you go to his room, tell him, and bring him to the 25th floor? So, of course, he came with his bodyguards and everything. So I told him, then we were talking and coming in the lift. And there are many other people who were talking to him also outside the lift. And then he came up for the shoot. He's telling me, Kumaran, I have walked with you for 13 minutes. I can give another 17 more minutes. I said, wow, so only less. Okay, doesn't matter, no problem. Then you just get your makeup done. Sapna is there. Okay, fine. He went there. Hey, awesome food. Who ordered it? That lady was so sweet. She said, the photographer ordered it. So then he said, he was saying, can you wait for some time? I said, no problem, take your time. So then he was munching and they were talking, laughing and all those. And then he came for the shoot. We were shooting for more than 45 minutes. And after that, he hung around with us for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
There.
So basically, you got 1 hour, almost 1 hour out of it.
Yeah, he was in that way. He was so sweet.
Yeah, I've heard this of him, that he's very cooperative.
Yeah. Similarly, for another shoot in same Bombay for Boost, he was in the caravan, and again it was with stills and video we were shooting. There was a short video which I was directing it. It's a simple video for Boost. The same thing I shot with Virat in Bangalore at Ritz-Carlton and Dhoni in Bombay because available there at that time. So that time what happened was he was inside the caravan and we need to tell him what shot it is. The manager was saying, no, sorry, he's done that. Then I went to Sapna. Sapna bailed me out. He said, hey, how will he shoot him if you can't explain to him?
Right.
You go inside the caravan. We were inside, we were talking to him for nearly half an hour. Nothing to do with the shoot. Talking about everything else. He's like that.
Okay.
Then he came and...
so the manager is saying, no, but...
Yeah, see, because the manager also...
I think their job is to curtail people.
Otherwise, everybody wants
to go meet him.
I want to keep Dhoni to my house.
Correct. Everybody wants
if
a piece, right?
I want to keep Dhoni in my house every day, like that now.
Right.
So
their job is to make sure...
Yeah.
Cut as many people as possible.
I don't blame them either.
Yeah.
So then what happened was we were shooting, the video was part. Then Haribari was setting the lights. He said, hey, he was telling, hey, you guys you don't have lunch? He said, no, we can have after the shoot. No, have a lunch. Aram se shoot, I have got nothing to do.
Okay.
That was great of him to say that.
It's incredible.
And then he went and rested in his caravan. We set up the thing. He came within half an hour, shot over, and he left.
That's incredible because he could have happily said, let's just finish and then you have lunch and you would not have minded.
Yeah.
And in our line of work, food is not really that important.
Correct.
During shoot, we don't care much about food, right?
Correct. Because even Mubina was the producer at the time in Bombay. She did a great job. It's very unfortunate she is not with us now.
It's really... it was quite a shock when I heard about her passing away.
So in that way, whatever I've worked, I've done quite a few shoots with Dhoni. It is all...
I think that's one of the joys of being a photographer, especially at your level.
Yeah.
You get to work with a lot of interesting people.
Similarly, I was shooting with him in Chennai. what happened, they were shooting, again, commercial and stills. After the commercials, because like we are always given a bit stepmotherly treatment in a shooting with the TVC. So they gave us, after TVC, when he has to supposed to go, they gave us some time. Fine, we were shooting there for Peter England. That time, what happened, that somebody disconnected the generator because the TVC is over. And I told them also strictly, don't disconnect it because we'll be shooting stills. I need this power. They disconnected it. And then that is one of the days I lost my cool. I was shouting at them. He said, you're not insulting Dhoni. You're insulting the people of Tamil Nadu because he represents Tamil Nadu. Like that, no? Then he was saying, it's okay, man, cool, it's okay, no problem, we'll wait for some more time, don't bother. But I said, your time doesn't matter, we'll wait. Then I came.
Oh, he calmed you down.
Time he calmed me.
Dhoni is calming you down.
No, because for me, his time is more
obviously,
important.
Obviously.
Okay, because whatever he has to go and do.
Correct.
So that time I really lost my fuse. For a good reason.
Right.
Because the power, I told them, don't disconnect.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the purpose we come. All of us come for the shoot.
No, and this is something I wanted to actually ask you. Because the stepmotherly treatment of photographers at shoots, I have seen firsthand, because a lot of times when I do a shoot for a client, ad film shoot, they will obviously organize a photographer also. And I try my best to not make the photographer feel small, because I think it's wrong on part of clients. I know it's become part of advertising culture. It is terrible. It is terrible on part of clients, and I don't care if I get less work because this goes out. It is insensitive of clients, I think, to bung in photo as part of a TVC shoot. They do it because of course, economy of scale.
Cost.
Right? They save, they are able to, what can I say, do the film shoot and the print shoot together, the time of the artist, and they save a lot of money. And because today, of course, this industry is more and more client driven, and I think it should be, they're putting the money. The results also are good enough.
Yeah.
Right? It's only a question of sensitivity, because the photographer always gets the rough end of the stick. I've noticed this. Right, and this is a culture that began, I think, mid 2000s?
Yeah.
Correct? Till then it was always first film shoot, next day they will do print shoot. Correct? Or something like that.
You're right.
It will be disconnected. The print shoot and film shoot are not ever on the same day. I think this started somewhere 2009, 8, around that time, where after every shot, the photographer will come in and of course, now as an ad filmmaker, as it is, the client has made sure that 8 hours or 10 hours of shoot has 15 hours worth of work. And in between this, they also ensure the photographer also have to get the shots that they want, and this has made it very difficult for both the filmmaker and the photographer, right? How you have seen this happen, right? From a time when this did not happen to a thing where it started happening, and now it's the norm.
It's a norm. See, for example, sometimes for everything we can't be blaming them also, the client, for the reason is money.
Correct.
The remuneration is very high if you shoot them for another day.
Right.
Okay, all those things are there. Not a problem. But I was thinking this is going to be inevitable. So how do you work around it? I found a way. I have no problem. You may work with any production house, no problem. I will get my shots.
Right.
Best thing is Patao, the manager of the production company. Okay, keep them in good books.
Yeah.
Because you can't go fight with them.
Right.
Okay, so somehow you talk to them and get the time.
Right.
I'll tell you one funny incident. We were shooting in Ooty with Kitu Gidwani. I'm talking about
Kitu Gidwani. Okay, wow.
She was 20 years back.
Yeah, she was a big name at that time, and she's quite a hottie also.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shooting for
Shanti and all of that. She used to come in. No, Kitu Gidwani.
Yeah.
Of course.
ITC biscuits. So ITC, this thing we're shooting in Ooty with VKP, and I'm requesting VKP. I want some shots, but he's got so many shots to do. See, I'm just digressing. In some way, I don't blame the film ballers also, for the reason is the
pressure is very high.
You have employed about 200 people.
Yeah.
I am only 3 or 4 of us.
No, and the client is chasing you for one more shot. Apart from the 25 shots you've already discussed, suddenly there'll be ideas for, hey, can we
Like
also have this? So, and you're already wondering if you can get the shots discussed within that time. And then they bring, hey, by the way, this is a photographer.
Correct.
You know?
Like that.
So,
Actually, instantly, the first shoot I did with the TVC with VKP only for Ogilvy for coffee, some
brew
or some coffee. I didn't get a single shot.
Oh, you didn't get
I didn't
time
get a single
only.
shot.
Okay.
I didn't get the time at all. I didn't get a single shot. And whatever shot I got, they're all out of focus because I was trying to shoot along with the film. It didn't work out.
It doesn't
It's a
work
movement
out.
shot.
It never works out, yeah.
But that time I told Vinay, what can I use it? Don't bother. We have taken as a chance. Because, I mean, at the end of the day, my bill has to be passed.
Correct, of course.
Vinay said, no problem whether you get the shot or not, we'll pay you because we know the circumstance. Then, after that, I found a way. Okay, somehow I can't go every time and say, I didn't get the shot. So, after a few days, I was shooting with Kittu Gidwani in Ooty. So, what happened was, I was asking, please, 10 minutes. Kumaran, wait பண்ணுங்க.
VKP saying.
VKP, sir, wait பண்ணுங்க. Okay, fine, we'll wait. Then, that Kittu Gidwani, sir, I want a break, she said. So, she came out. I went there. I said, immediately just started out, hi, sweetheart, I'm the photographer. I said, hey, like that, sweetheart, photographer. I said, see, I'll just tell you a problem where you can help me out. I wanted 10 minutes or 15 minutes of your time for stills. But we keep not giving me the time. You saw me standing there. So can you help me out? No problem. Okay. Have you got a set ready? I'll take about 10 minutes. I want to relax. No problem. I said, 10 minutes, I'll create a set for you. The client said, shoot on a limbo background. We will superimpose the...
Right.
No problem. I shot it. Then, madam is ready. She said, VKP, can I rest for 15 minutes? I'm feeling tired. Sure, madam. Please take rest. Then she came. I set my setup between him and the vanity. There's a vanity in between.
Oh, so VKP has no idea what you're doing.
I took her. I set the shot, everything. I did the shoot. Then she went for her.
And VKP has no clue.
He has no clue. He went inside. Then what happened was, okay, since I'm there, I'll wait. If I get time, I will shoot more. Then he gave me her in the evening. Kumaran, she's all yours. But by the time, I can't shoot.
The light is gone.
I said, VKP, I don't want to shoot. Why? She's laughing and saying, we already did the shoot. So, I mean, somehow you have to...
I think it's your, in my estimation, I think it's your jovial nature.
I think so.
And your personality.
Yeah.
And also, if I had been in your place, I would have been like, fuck this.
Yes.
Fuck you. If you guys don't have the value for my time, I'm here to do my job. If the model isn't ready and nobody's going to give me the model, it's your problem. I would not have cared, which is not a good attitude. Professionally speaking, that's not a right attitude. But most probably, that would have been my attitude if I had been in your place. You know? But I think your positive intent, you're able to manipulate people's... what can I say?
Without hurting anybody.
Without hurting anyone. Without meaning to cheat anybody.
Yeah.
You are able to manipulate the situation and get the result.
And after that, VKP for many shoots, he recommended my name. He said, our kudugo, our epidiyad panit kuduruvar. Like that, no? Similarly with, we were doing it's a 10-day shoot in Bombay for same ITC. That time the client was negotiating with me, Kumaran, we are giving a 10-day shoot. Can you reduce the cost? I said, no boss, don't reduce because you don't know the amount of stress I go through when I shoot with the commercial.
Right. Yeah, okay. Of course. I can only imagine.
End of the day, I need to give you a shot. I said, I told them straight away, like a beggar, I have to look at the directors all the time. When I will get time, I can't go and eat. Because if I eat, when I go to eat, she might be resting. That time I could have done the shot.
Right.
So I can't eat.
Right.
I have to be on my toes.
Right.
Walking here and there and seeing their pulse, what they're doing.
Right.
He said, okay, I got a point. No negotiation.
Which brings me to another interesting, another question that I want to ask you. Just to get your opinion on it. The evolution of the advertising industry, right? What is your opinion? Do you think, I know of course it's changed. And I'm not talking about the whole analog, digital. I'm talking about the culture of advertising. That has changed. I know you're still in advertising. I know you still are functional. I know there are limitations to what you can say.
No. I'll just say some things. For example, one thing I missed.
Let me just tell you what I think, and you can correct me or tell me I'm right. For various reasons, whatever the reasons may be, I think advertising culture has gone down purely from a perspective of character. I think people had more integrity for whatever reason. Maybe it's the sign of the times. I feel there was some integrity in advertising till 10 years ago, but I think that may not be the case today. Today it's hard to trust advertising people, whether it's client or agency. I'm not saying any one person, right? It's very hard to trust what people say in advertising because you don't know if it's true or not. Right? But I suspect back in the day when you started, that may not have been the case. Because some of the people I've seen who are seniors, they seem like people who had really high integrity, who only said what they meant and meant what they said.
Yeah.
But I feel today, and not just today, maybe for many years now, people are just bullshitting. And sometimes they don't even know why they are bullshitting. I feel it's become so a part of their nature that the hustle, as they call it, it's become so much a part of their lives. Advertising people are bullshitting sometimes even to themselves and to each other.
Okay.
That has been my opinion. Maybe I'm a pessimistic, cynical guy. What is your take on this?
Okay. What I feel the one big change I've seen is that being friendly, friendly and having fun, that has gone down drastically. For the reason is, for example, let me talk about the Ogilvy where you were and Ogilvy where I have done a lot of shoots. In Ogilvy, whether it is for Christmas or for any function, there used to be a lot of preparation and people looking forward to it. All those things was there. But now it's all not there and moreover, at that time, people were sticking on to the agency for a longer period.
People stayed one place for a long time, many years, 10, 15 years.
Yeah, some of them, they even retire from there, like that.
25 years, they give you a pin and all that.
It was there like that. So there were a lot of friends. And I remember when there are times when I'm in my studio, people used to come, no work to do, no work. Evening, they just go with their family. They just call up, Kumar, are you in the studio? He said, yeah. They'll come over, have a cup of black coffee because that time my assistant, Santosh, who is now a photographer, he used to make, I think, the best black coffee in town. So they used to come and ask, can Santosh make black coffee? So they won't come alone. They'll come with their wife and children. They used to come there, hang around for a little while and go. It was really nice. Not for work. They don't come for work.
Yeah.
They just come to say hello. They'll come. And I'm also lucky because almost over, I know, everybody comes and gives me a good hug. Everybody. So it was really nice. That thing was there. But now that is missing because everybody is like...
I think it's become more corporate.
Very corporate.
Over time.
And everybody's stressed out now.
Yeah.
I feel everybody is stressed out. And people calling and talking to you in general, no, it doesn't happen now.
I think culturally that is, corporatization has come in the way of, what can I say, dynamics.
Correct. No, I think with all the razzmatazz and the thing happening right now, I feel people have lost that fun.
The fun element is...
And one more sad part is...
I think that's also because back then you could be yourself in advertising.
Yeah.
And get away with it.
Okay.
Like I have done some real nonsense in my time. You've known me to an extent when I was in the agency, right? And before that I was in the agency. I was in the advertising agency side before I left to do filmmaking full time for at least 12 years. And after that again I've been in the advertising industry for a few years. Back then, the kind of nonsense that not just me and people around me, young people, older people, the kind of nonsense and the kind of erratic behavior with alcohol or without alcohol that we used to do.
That was really good.
It was great fun.
Yeah.
And people laughed at you and warned you, but you still had your job the next day. Today, if you do 1/10 of that,
You're finished.
Right? You're sacked. It's not... fun, crazy behavior is no longer tolerated in advertising.
Yeah.
Right? You might lose your job.
Correct.
Because someone feels that you're not embodying the spirit of
Yeah.
the company or whatever. I think that corporate guidelines, right, have changed the way we relate to each other, and that is, I think, removed the fun factor.
Funnily, what happened, like, I mean, I call everybody who I work with sweetheart, darlings, like that. Everybody I call them. After the Me Too campaign, okay, once I walked into JWT, that time I called somebody, hi sweetheart, how are you? Immediately a guy jokingly told me, Kumaran, be careful what words you use. Immediately that girl said, not for Kumaran. I thought it's really nice of you to say that.
When this Me Too thing happened, and after 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guys kept getting Me Too'd, and then it so happened I ended up knowing 2 or 3 of those guys who are being Me Too'd, and I'm seeing something about them on internet, about Twitter. Some girl has written and Me Too, and these guys are getting into serious problems. Okay, and some of these guys I knew also.
Okay.
So immediately I did a full rewind in my mind of all my interactions with all the women advertising. I had to check. Wait, did I do anything wrong? In my mind, I knew I had not done anything wrong, but I had to rewind and check. Did I say anything to someone somewhere that can be used against me?
Yes.
And after about 5 minutes of scan, I said, no, I think I'm safe.
No, I think when you don't mean it, I feel when you don't mean it, the women are not dumb.
Yeah.
Working in advertising. I'm talking about advertising.
Of course.
They're not dumb. They can see through you.
I think what you're saying is true 99% of the time, but there is, I feel that 1% of women who also use these things to their advantage.
Okay.
Where it's your word against theirs.
Okay.
Like today, 2022. Let's say a girl I've never met in my life puts out a tweet saying Sendil did something to me somewhere, forget did. Sendil somewhere said something to me.
Correct.
And I am deeply traumatized.
Okay.
I'm going through therapy.
Finished.
I don't have to prove that I never met her.
Yeah.
Till I prove that I never met her, I'm finished. And only 50% of the people who've read that tweet or article will ever come to know that was not even true.
Okay.
That's the problem in the world today, in a sense.
That is true. Very, very true. Because with so much of things happening, maybe he was trying to caution me.
No. I think in your case, but I think in your case, people know who you are.
Yeah.
You've been around
so I was
long.
fortunate.
Yeah.
And there's a girl in Linta. She's not there anymore. Whenever I see her, she hugs me so tightly, I have to grasp for breath. She hugs me so nicely and tightly. It's like I have to grasp for breath. So I in that way, I was and I am fortunate
to be part of that generation.
Yeah.
Where I think people were closer in advertising because it was a smaller industry and it was not corporate yet.
Yes.
There's a bunch of wild people doing wild things.
Even now, the people who I know, once they interact with me and this thing, they don't go without giving me a hug. They don't, because it's nice when you talk to them and this thing. No, you don't see whether it's a girl or a guy. It doesn't make a difference, and you just talk to them nicely. You be what you are, then you don't have to bother.
What I know of you, what can I say? Not relationship. We don't really have much of a relationship. My interactions with you have always been, I would say, positive. Even when I was a nobody and I just come to Bangalore and I was part of Ogilvy and I was just one junior guy, we've not worked too much together. But whatever interaction I've had with you, you have never been condescending, never been patronizing. You've never seen somebody. When someone sees you as, like when I was in Ogilvy, a lot of people used to behave like my friend. Photographers, filmmakers, this, that, and it really gave me importance, made me feel important and all of that. The day I quit, or maybe a few months after I quit, I realized none of them really actually thought very highly of me. It was just that because I worked in a big agency on some big accounts and there were, big monies to be made perhaps through me, a lot of people behaved like my friend, because I was maybe in a position of some influence. But with you, I never felt that. I don't think you see people as purely as business.
Yeah.
You don't see people purely as something to get from someone.
Yes.
Right? You've always been someone who's been able to connect with people freely and without expectation. Right? And you've been so helpful. And I see you helping anybody who comes and asks you for, can I use your studio for half an hour, or can you shoot something for me? I don't think you're the kind of person who ever refuses.
Yeah.
Right? How do you do it? How are you able to be okay? Like for me, now that I'm a little older than I was when you first met me, of course, all of us grow older every day. It's harder to connect with new people.
Okay.
The people you meet now or who are youngsters now, right? But you seem like somebody who even today is probably connecting with younger people, right? How do you do that? What's your philosophy?
I want to enjoy my life. So it doesn't matter whether you're young or old or whatever. Still, my children friends, they like to hang with me. So they said, Uncle, why don't you also come and join us for a beer? Because they are drinking rum, but they're asking me, why don't you join us for a beer? Like that, no? Or almost, I know all their friends.
You have 2 sons?
I have 2 sons. Okay. My elder son is an architect.
Okay.
He's based in Chennai, Karan. And the other one, Keshav, he's in his final year law.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
At Christ College.
Nice.
So, I know all their friends.
Nice.
So they used to say, come uncle, have a drink with us. Like that, no? So, it's maybe I'm what to say, I don't have any pre-thoughts about them.
Preconceived notions.
No, there's no preconceived notion. That's the exact word. There's no preconceived notion, so it doesn't matter. And I don't think that's anybody so far in my 30 years or whatever of this thing. I don't think I have fought with anybody, because even one time
it's incredible because I have already fought with so many people. So many people I fought with that now I'm I think crossing 40 has helped me. Okay, till 40 I was a different person. Now that I've crossed 40, maybe I will end this. It's been very long, by the way.
No, that's a.
By the way, okay.
It was sort of very interesting.
This happens with all my guests. Okay, they don't realize how much time has gone by. But let me try and end with this portion. Okay, till I was 40, I was very angry. I was very, temperamental. And people were a little intimidated by me, and I was also a bit of an asshole. Aggressive unnecessarily. Post 40. For whatever reason, not exactly because I woke up one day and said I won't be like that. I think as time has gone on, today I do that less and less and less. Mainly because with age I'm able to realize everybody is frustrated. Everybody has something going on in their life that is difficult.
Yeah.
You cannot maybe judge on the outside, but inside everybody's life, there is some turmoil. Right? And I'm able to empathize with people today. I'm able to say the pain I'm feeling in my heart, from my life, whatever is tormenting me, that is helping me realize that, hey, that same pain that other guy is also, woman or man is also experiencing. So let me take it easy. That realization is what is helping me put up with people. People are people. People can be difficult. People can be stupid. People can be ignorant. People can be difficult. They can be overbearing, over demanding. But now with age, realization and empathy are helping me put up.
Correct.
Right? And in fact, not even put up. With time, I'm able to accept. Right? And I'm able to connect better with people. A little bit better. And people are less intimidated by me. They are able to be a little more relaxed around me. How was your path in that sense?
Okay. I'm not a guy who advises a lot, this thing. But as few advice I used to tell my children, like when Karan was going to college and all, I used to tell him, boss, you're going to meet a lot of people in the college, and some will be assholes, and some will be good. But even a guy who looks bad or who is behave bad with you will have some positive. Okay, you look at the positive. You don't bother about that. That is the same thing which I was doing. For example, in law, there was a guy, I forgot his name. Everybody hated him because he's a very short-tempered guy. But his sense of humor was fantastic. Of course, even that is also a bit sarcastic. Okay, but his sense of humor, timing was fantastic. So they were asking, how did you gel with that bastard? Like that they used to say. I said, boss, his sense of humor is too good. He's too good.
You were able to, I think the fact that you were able to appreciate something about him helped him connect with you.
Yes. So, like that, no? I don't care what he is. To me, he is good. He has not hurt me in any way. He would have hurt you, for example, but that does not come in my way.
Right. You are able to judge people less.
Yes. I think that is one of my biggest success, not judging people. Even my, I think that's the best thing, because even my wife tells me that you're happy with everybody because you don't judge.
Right. So I think maybe because of that, your expectation is also less.
Yes.
So that
Absolutely. I think that is my plus point.
Right. That's incredible. So to conclude, when you look back on your life and your career, and because you're a senior, I would love to know this. Is there any, I don't want to get too philosophical, is there any what are the prominent life lessons you've learned when you look back? Or are there any such thoughts that you have? I'm sure, like anybody else, you must be looking back on your life sometimes, no? Evening, having a drink. Shit, man, 25 years or 35 years I've done this. What are, in your opinion, the important lessons that life has taught you? Like, is there anything, sometimes one day, like, for me, empathy was a big realization. When I was one phase in my life recently, where I crashed completely. I hit the bottom, rock bottom I hit. And I went into isolation. But that phase taught me a lot. And this whole thing of empathy, I was able to realize at that point. I was so broken. I was so much in pain that I was suddenly able to realize that the world is full of pain. That everybody has pain. And it showed me the world in new light. Have there been such moments in your life where suddenly you were able to look at life and say, oh, because age does that thing, right? Where it shows you something new.
Yeah.
Right? Experience teaches you something new.
Okay.
Is there anything that occurs to you when you look back on your life?
Right from my childhood days, I was particular about one thing: have fun. So actually, I don't have much of thing to tell you in the sense like nothing which has affected me. In every aspect, whatever it is, I try to have fun. Be happy.
And you seem like somebody who's never given too much importance to his ego. That's how you come across.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Yeah, absolutely.
Is that on purpose or is something you practiced and you worked on?
I think that's my
genuine nature.
Genuine nature.
Right.
It's okay. See, that's why I tell you, I have some friends who are very egoistic, but they have something good in them. It's okay because I'm not going to live with them. Right. I'm going to interact with them only for a little while.
So in that little while, you focus on the positive.
Yeah. It's okay. His other short givings is not a concern to me. It might be concern. My wife might say I don't like him. I said, doesn't matter. It's okay. I'm not going to live with him. It's just at that time, let us see the good aspects and just move on. Let's laugh. I tell my friends, my son, I just advised him when he said he wanted to do architecture because he chose it because he's very good in art, very creative guy. So I told him, and he was telling me, Daddy, will there be good money in it? I said, don't bother about money. Don't bother about money. You enjoy your work. Money will automatically come. I said, see boss, I never knew when I started photographer that I will earn money and give you good education and buy a house, whatever. I didn't think of it. All happened. So don't bother about, you enjoy your life. That's all.
Your focus has always been on that.
Yeah.
Enjoying the moment.
Enjoy the moment, enjoy life.
And stupid question, has life been, like the way you speak, no? You seem like somebody, and I'm sure it's not true, who's never faced any big trauma in life. Okay. That must be false. I'm assuming I'm wrong. I'm sure you must have.
Trauma means like what you're talking
like
about?
Big tragedies. Or something, like where you've shattered and you were depressed for 6 months or 3 months.
No.
Nothing like that has happened.
Nothing like that.
I think it's your attitude. Huh? I'm sure it has happened.
I think so because, for example, like when my mother passed away, because she was a kidney patient. So, of course, when your mother dies, you're upset.
Obviously.
But I reasoned out saying that if she had lived some more time, she would have suffered more. So I was...
So you've never really gone through a phase of too much angst in your life because of your attitude, I think.
Yeah.
I think even whatever big problems happen in your life, I think you're able to go through it without realizing.
For example, okay, I'll put it like this. Once I was shooting with, what's the guy's name, the actor in Bombay, who acted in Mirzapur? Tripathi.
Pankaj Tripathi.
Pankaj Tripathi. I was shooting him in Bombay. Then what happened, he was doing the commercial and then I was doing the
Stills.
It was in two different sets. So in my set where I was shooting, they were making a second set for them. So like everywhere, I also trusted those people and left the camera back there and just stopped outside the gate, which is 2 minutes for lunch. Came back. Somebody whacked off my 15 lakh worth of camera.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
The full camera kit gone. Okay. And of course, anybody for that matter, I can't say I thought it's okay like that. No. I was very upset about it. And I was also, every time what we do, we take turns. Maybe that time we thought, okay, everybody we know, so what's going to happen? So we went for lunch and we went back, camera's gone. Of course, I was angry with my assistants for a little while. Then Pankaj came for the shoot. I told him, Pankaj, I'm sorry. And luckily, they also told the story to him. So sweet of him. He just landed from London just the previous night and he came for the shoot. He said, okay, how much time you'll take to get your camera? I said, if you give me 1 last time, I've already spoke to them and...
There's a camera on the way.
Camera on the way. He said, okay, no problem. Can I come after the TVC? I said, you come whenever you want. I will be here. So he went off and organized the camera. I was sitting alone. So I was sort of a bit fuming. Shit, how can it happen? How can it happen like that? Then I thought, immediately I just thought, it doesn't matter because there are people who are losing their kids. Really, and I swear on my children, this thought came. There are people who are losing their children and for life they have to
live with
it. It's after all only a camera. It doesn't matter. So I just got up and I was laughing. Then I was, when Pankaj came in the night at 9:30 after the TVC and nice, happy, this thing. He was telling, hey, you don't look like a guy who lost your camera. I said, Pankaj, more than the camera, you had agreed to give your time, which is more precious.
Wow.
Which is true. See, he's such a big stature, that man is, of a very big stature. I mean, I really adore him in his movies. So, and more than the movies in his the serials.
The serials, TV series, yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. I was just, that time I was just watching on this thing called as Powder. On Powder.
Powder, yeah. There is a series called Powder. Yeah.
So I told him, there's a name in that. The Powder, some name is...
Powder is about cocaine.
Cocaine, yeah. That one. So when he came, how I broke the ice with him is, the name I forgot, I called that name to him.
Oh, you called him his character's name?
Character name. I said, hey, he was saying that, so I broke the ice.
Okay.
So then he said that, and we had a good time, we had a good shoot, everything went off. So when he came back, immediately I told my wife. He was also very upset.
Yeah.
Shouting at me, how can he be so careless? And I said, it's okay. Doesn't matter. There only I called up my dealer here in Bangalore. I said, I'm landing back tomorrow. Get me all these kits. Come to my studio.
And did you manage to get your camera that was lost?
Yeah. Then what happened, luckily, this news spread so fast. I just told my assistant told somebody like that. One of my friends said, Kumaran, you better, anyway, you're staying tonight, go to that hotel, go to the RA police station and give a complaint, just to be on safer side. So I gave there and gave the complaint and came, whether it may come or not. After 6 months, they called me and said, I lost 2 cameras with 4 lenses and so many other things. They found 1 camera with 2 lenses. But of course, after the pandemic started, it's still stuck in the...
Oh, your camera is still stuck there?
Still stuck there.
But it's stuck there. Okay.
So if it, I thought if it comes, otherwise it's gone. Anyway, but positively, then I just switched to another camera, which is much more faster.
Okay.
So I said, it's okay.
So you're saying in your overall tally, it's a plus.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay, no problem. Anyway, with the camera, I made enough money. It has to go.
Right. Silly question. I think I've asked you many years ago. I'm asking you again. Why is it on purpose that you always wear shorts? Because I think everyone knows this about you. Kumaran wears shorts.
Yeah, because in fact I have only, I think 1 or 2 pants with me, which I've not used for ages. See, earlier when I started on my own, I used to shoot a lot of kids. So I have to sit on the ground and do it. The pant was uncomfortable.
Right.
So then what I thought is like, I thought at least whenever I have a shoot, I'll go in shorts. Fine. After I decided, okay, every Friday I'll wear shorts. And I thought, let me wear for one more day. Like that happened. Then I thought I was more comfy in shorts than pants. I have at least about 20 to 25 shorts. But I have 2.
I was going to wear shorts today. I said, no. Kumaran's going to come in shorts. Let me not wear shorts. Let me not clash.
And I never knew that will become my trademark.
But it is your trademark. Everyone knows you as the photographer who only wears shorts.
Not only in Bangalore, even if I go to my native, also nobody's seen me in pants.
Okay.
Even if it's
I've never seen you in pants.
If it's a wedding or something, I go in that particular part I have, dust it, clean it, and wear it and go. They used to say, hey, why are you wearing pants? You got to come in shorts only because in our entire town, we know only you.
People have accepted you.
Yeah, accepted me. So I think actually that I wore it just for comfort. But then it has become my
trademark style.
And also like I like this floral shirts.
The other thing I noticed about you, you only wear almost only wear
I have about
floral shirts.
30-40 shirts, all floral shirts, and many friends gift me only floral shirts. Like that, there is no reason, but I thought when I wear floral, when I go for a shoot, it makes many people, they say it makes them happy.
Okay.
So why not?
It adds to the excitement level of the environment.
I feel happy when I wear a
floral shirt.
If I wear something simple, my son, what's a
everything okay?
What's this? Yeah. Forget about my kids. When I go for my street, if many of the guys whom I have just a fair acquaintance, they'll ask me, what happened to your floral shirts? Because they say you're the only guy in defense colony who is always seen in the floral shirt. So I thought, fine, okay, why not?
I don't want to take any much more of your time because I think it's been a fairly long and engaging conversation. I can't thank you enough for having come and done this. And I'm so glad I called you and I'm, of course, so grateful you accepted.
No problem, Sendil.
As I said at the beginning of the show, 15 years, what I knew about you, in the last 1.5 hours, I think, I know almost 2 hours. I know 10 times as much.
Great.
And I'm only enriched by the stories you've told, shared today with me. And I hope that at least some people watch this. And because I think there is a lot of lessons that people can learn from everybody's lives. I think some of the moments, some of the attitude of yours that you've described to me, I think there's something to learn for everyone. And I'm really, I always look at, you're one of those people who when you think you're being an idiot, right? And you think of someone who you should behave like at that moment, you're one of those people. Always calm, always collected, always unfazed or unaffected by whatever is happening, right? So in that sense, you've also been one of my many inspirations. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful that you are sweet enough to come and do this. And all because I asked you and messaged you. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I think it'll be definitely be a useful episode for anyone who's watching.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Hope to see you soon again.
Yes. Thanks a lot.
All the very best.
Cheers.
To a successful career. Thank you. Thank you.